here first. I'm out here I'm gonna tell you why you should say fuck having a girlfriend. I don't want a girlfriend. Why? Me, I'm the type of person. I'm not saying, oh, fuck women. I love, I love company. I love a woman's company. I love having company with me. I love having a friend with me. I love being there with someone. And so it's not hard to understand why people like to be in relationships. People like to be in relationships, have girlfriends, and, hang out, I guess, be with them, do stuff with them. But I'm not at the point where I want a girlfriend, and I'll tell you why. I'll honestly tell you why right now. To me, having a girlfriend is kind of like dangerous, and even if it's just you're putting yourself in danger a little bit, it could go a long way. I've had a girlfriend before, not really good experience, had a girlfriend, and she said, basically, she would talk to me about, like, the zodiac signs and, like, shit like that, so she would talk about, like, oh, what sign are you? So the first thing she asked me, she was like, what sign are you? And I said, I don't know. I don't know about that stuff, She was like, okay, when was your birthday? And I made up some bullshit, I didn't even give her my right birthday, I said, oh, January something. She was like, oh, so you're this. So according to her, I was, such and such, etc. She painted a whole picture of me right there. No, she got it all wrong. I'm not that type of person at all. I can tell you what type of person I am, because I understand psychology. I know that in psychology is very well. If you want to know how somebody's personality is, you can analyze, talk to them, kind of like, there's a structure there, where you can categorize people according to, what things they're good at, and what they do, It's called personality traits, characteristic traits. So if you study that, everything else is bullshit. You can't just say, you're this and that because you were fucking born at this time. No, that's bullshit. So anyway, I had to let go of her because she was stupid. So I can't deal with stuff like that. I can't have. Okay, so I used to have this other girlfriend. She was very religious, and so she was religious, but she was only religious, when it was a convenience for her, So it's convenient to be, to follow these morals right now, but at other times those morals just fly out the window. You don't have any morals, So I can't deal with someone like that either. I can't deal with someone that's, a fake. You can't fake being religious, and then when the time comes where you really need to prove it, you throw it out the window. You let all your flaws and faults show. No, I'm not even religious. I know about Catholicism. I've read the Bible. I'm not religious at all. And so I don't understand how people can not have these standards, like I have these standards, and I'm not even religious, I know what the fuck I need to do and what's right and what's wrong. And some people, like, I know people in my own family, they pretend to be religious, oh, we follow this type of thing, but when it comes down to it, they're out here doing some fucking bullshit, and that's exactly why I can't have a girlfriend right now. Because let's say you don't know who you're meeting. Let's say I meet a girl right now. I start talking to her. I might like how she looks. I might like her little persona right now. But later on, when I really start getting to know her real personality, she's gonna come up with some bullshit like this. No, I can't. It's not recommended for me. I don't want that. And I know how it feels. Because I've been there. And I've been there where I felt like, what? Yeah, you're a religious person. You're like this. You're like that. I have faith in you. And then they just throw it all out the window. Fuck it all up. Fuck up all that trust. So no, I can't have a girlfriend right now. You know why? I could have a girlfriend, but she would have to be really smart. You know, she wouldn't have to be with none of that bullshit, you know, none of that religious stuff, none of that, you know, zodiac sign type of thing. I would probably want a girlfriend that's, you know, very well put together. And by very well put together, I mean, you know, she has her, you know, she knows about her sciences, you know. For me, science is the most important thing because it's the most real thing, you know. And you know, it's so funny when like these religious people try to like downplay your scientific knowledge, you know. Like supposedly, you know, I talked to my uncle, or you know, my uncle's a pastor. Talk to him, you know, tell him some things sometimes, you know, scientifically proven things, you know, things that happen, surprising but scientifically proven, you know, amazing things. Tell him about it. He laughs. He says, "How are you gonna believe that?" LOL. But then he tells me some story about how, you know, some bullshit story on the fucking Bible and how we need to believe that shit, whatever. It's just the mind just isn't right, you know. It's not in the right place yet, you know. And I can't deal with people like that, you know. I can't deal with especially a girlfriend, you know. I can't have a girlfriend like that. And so I don't know who I'm getting involved with, you know. So you don't know what people's beliefs are, what certain type of things they enjoy doing. You don't know, like, so in psychology, there's this thing called the shadow. So, you know, you read these books by there's an author called Carl Jung, a prominent psychologist, scientist. So he brought up this thing about, you know, the shadow. So basically, everyone has a shadow in their personality, right? And the shadow is, you know, your most primitive things. You know, your most primitive, your dark thoughts. You know, the things that, you know, you can just get it from the name. You know, a shadow. You know that it's bad. You know, it's not a good thing. It's probably a mix of all your flaws, your bad intentions, characteristics, etc. Some people aren't aware of that shit, you know. Like me, I know I understand that, so I know, you know, what my kind of like what my instincts are. Let's say I have like a bad thought or something, or you know, you want to do bad things. You know, we're animals, and so some people don't have that. How do you say it? Developed, or they can't, you know, they can't integrate it into their personality, you know. And so the shadow, everyone sees it, you know. Everyone sees the bad things that you do, the stuff that, you know, you're not doing, but you don't see it yourself, you know. And that's the shit that that's why I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with no girl right now. I can't be with a girl because there's this thing called consciousness, you know. There's levels to this shit, you know. And so if you're conscious, if in your brain you're very conscious, let's say you're a very conscious person, you know, not everyone shares it. You see this thing called perception, you know, and your perception, my perception, they're not gonna match because your perception is, you know, I gotta do good things here, and you know, I gotta go with God, and like God is watching, but you know, sometimes God lets me get away with things, you know, so I can be bad sometimes. No, that's literally not how my perception is. So my perception is, you know, make the best out of yourself and try to do what's best for you and what's best for everyone around you at the same time, you know. So that's a way better thought than, oh, you know, I could do bad things but then God is gonna forgive me, you know. No, that's way, you know, that's just out of line. So so in reality, I just can't fuck with that shit, you know. I just can't do that. um I can't have someone, you know, in my bed, in my house, living with me, you know, cooking my food, you know, sleeping next to me. I can't do that if I don't know what your beliefs are, if you've integrated your personality correctly, you know. Like, you don't want to be with someone that's not conscious, you know, of certain things, like these things that I'm conscious of, like personality, you know, this psychological stuff that I know, you see, because psychologically I could see what's going on sometimes. It's because people don't really see these types of their personalities, they don't really notice them. But other people notice them, they call them out, you know? So let's say someone's doing something bad. You know, someone's doing, you know, someone likes to steal, you know? Do you really think, like, if someone steals, you know, goes out and steals, robs stores, you know, robs banks, whatever, like, what do you want to do, you know? You want to, like, there's no way. How can you make him see that what they're doing is wrong? You know, that's one of the best questions you can ask. So how can you make them see that what they're doing at the moment right now is wrong? You can't. You know, because the consciousness is not there. There's no consciousness. You know, it's just like an animal walking around shitting everywhere, you know? Just like there's no, it's like being asleep. And that's the frustrating part for me, you know? For me, I've learned these things. I already understand how relationships are supposed to work, you know, and some people just don't, you know, and they still believe, like, you know, I'm gonna learn someday. I'm gonna learn someday. Yeah, I just can't, you know. So that's why I can't have a girlfriend right now.